What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of the Legislative Director, talking about legislative things. Here she is, Legislative Director Amber Marr, with her as always, not the Legislative Director Jason Thompson. Amber, boom. For those of you listening at home, that was a fist bump followed with the explosion because, yes, we're 2 weeks out from the end of session. Amber, how are you doing?
Well, I'm going to give a shout out to the Capitol Chronicle because I felt very much like what they put in their roundup today. It was a GIF that said today felt like 2 days and this week has felt like 2 weeks. And I think we say this every week.
Yes. It's rough out there. But you know what?
Only 2 weeks left.
Only 2 weeks left. And what makes it great, though, is the first thing we're going to talk about.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Thing one. We had our coffee cart and our legislative team here for a couple of days of, hanging out, talking to legislators, drinking coffee, just good times all around. Look at this picture. For those of you that are not watching, you got to watch it. You got to check this out. It's the whole group. Great shot of us at the State House. Look at that crew. It was a nice day to talk about legislation.
Yeah.
And some other things. Now, the day before, on Monday, we talked about what we were going to do at the coffee cart, which was on Tuesday. We honored a volunteer of ours.
A very special one.
A very special one. There she is, Julie.
I love that picture.
There we go. Julie Mortier. She was the Andrews Award winner.
Yes, which the Andrus Award for Community Service is ARP's most prestigious volunteer honor.
Yes.
And it's named after our organization's founder, Dr. Ethel Percy Andrus. It is a national award, so every state does one of these. Mm-hmm. But this year, it was our 2025. But we, had awarded it to her at the end of last year, and then we wanted to do something a little more
a little more formal. Yeah. Not really formal, but like something more official.
Yeah. Yeah. So we did that on Monday and celebrated her award, and she had not actually received the award
yet.
So that's why I'm not sure if Anna can bring that picture. But wasn't her award with her in that picture?
Yeah, she's sitting there holding. She's holding it.
It's a clear one, so it's kind of hard. But we were really excited to share that moment with her on Monday, and our whole Ledge team was there. So we thought that it was just a nice little way to honor her.
It was the perfect way to celebrate her.
Yes.
Thank her for her longtime service to AARP as a volunteer, and then get us, to kick off the week for the coffee cart that we had on Tuesday, which you saw the picture of. That was a good time, drinking coffee, talking with a lot of legislators. And specifically, we were talking about what we're going to talk about now for thing number 2, House Bill 1116. Look, we've been talking about this all session.
A long time.
And that's what we talked about to the legislators on Tuesday. Wednesday, there was a committee for it, and something happened.
Yes. Okay. So if you're sitting down, well, if you're not, you should, because we were trying to work with the legislators to keep the bill as is.
Mm-hmm.
We thought that when it was heard, there was a lot of discussion. The chairman had, was really trying to get to the bottom of where the crime happens with a crypto kiosk ATM. Anyway, we were just really hoping that legislators would keep the bill intact. And, I think during committee, the kiosk operators had brought up some other state laws that we weren't really keen on.
Yeah.
Not because we weren't proud that they had passed several of our components, but it was a little bit of a step back from what our bill and how our bill was written. And so we were just, our comment was, please keep it intact.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to amend it, do you know what you would change? Well, we were really having a hard time of getting down to what was going to be the final verdict. So when we got to committee on Wednesday, the chairman had an amendment.
Yes.
It was heard in, I think I said this last week, but just as a reminder, it was heard in the Insurance and Financial Institutions Committee in the Senate. Chairman Baldwin is the chair of that committee. He had a chairman amendment that actually changed the bill to a complete and total ban of the crypto kiosks across the state of Indiana.
Which was an interesting development.
Yes.
It was.
I was surprised.
Surprising, yes.
I think his comment was, he's not in the business to put people out of business. And I want to make sure I think the Capitol Chronicle quoted him.
Yes.
And I don't want to misspeak, but maybe we can pull that up while I'm talking about it. But his point was essentially, he's afraid that these kiosks are being used for purposes that they should not be, including scams, but also possible tax evasion, possible money laundering, etc. And he didn't feel that Indiana should be messing around with that.
Yeah. So
Do
what?
you have it?
Yeah, what he said is, he can think of no substantial, legitimate reason to warrant the kiosks.
Yep.
And he thinks they have a strong propensity. Is that a propensity?
Propensity. It's a hard word.
That's a hard word. To be havens for money laundering and havens for tax evasion.
Yep.
So that was kind of what his thing is. And he also used the example of himself, who he trades cryptocurrency, and he uses his phone to do it, which has a very low transaction fee, and it, and that kind of thing. And so he just didn't see that. He didn't feel that there was a reason for these machines to even exist at all. And so that was an interesting development.
It was. And Representative McNamara was in the committee, and it seemed as though she also was happy that was that is what had transpired. I think we were really hoping that they weren't going to roll anything back to make the bill weaker.
Yes.
And this
went
actually
a little
was
bit of the opposite direction. So now we're in kind of like I would say wait and see mode. We'll see kind of what develops as this now, because it now heads to the Senate floor.
It does. It should be, and you know what? I was just going to check if they ran that across the desk today. So since the committee happened on a day where they were not, in session. Oh yeah.
Looking that up right now.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting.
Oh, picked up a new co-sponsor. Okay.
So here's the deal. It looks like the committee report was adopted, and it could be on seconds as early as Monday. So, and you know what? I don't think they. Let me just do something real fast.
Do some research here.
Just a quick. I'm sorry.
So yeah, this was kind of a like I said, surprising, interesting little zigging when we thought maybe it was going to zag development here with this. So we're gonna stay tuned to see what is going to happen next.
I think we just want to shout out to the legislators for taking this issue so seriously.
Yes.
Listening to our concerns about the dangers these kiosks pose, especially to Hoosiers across the state. And I think that, as we've always said, that this is not an issue that is slowing down. It's something that is accelerating. And so we are just very excited to see so many legislators get engaged in this issue. We're very grateful that they're paying close attention and that they're dedicated to addressing the problem.
Yep. And so we will see what happens next week.
Yeah.
So stay tuned on that.
Sorry, we will be watching too, because obviously with this
development,
we're going to possibly see some folks filing amendments if the industry has really come out strong on trying to really work to get something back.
I think we would expect to see some amendments, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then it could be on thirds as soon as Tuesday, but we'll update you next week.
Yeah. So stay tuned.
But thank you to Chairman Baldwin.
For
thank you to Representative McNamara, who is also a chairman of her own committee in the House. But we're moving forward. We are moving forward. Yep. And speaking of moving forward, let's move on to thing 3 and a little bit of odds and ends real quick. We talked last week about House Bill 1002, electric utility affordability, that we had testified in the Senate Utilities Committee on that.
in support. It passed out. It got recommitted to appropriations, where it was heard today, which is Thursday for those of you that are listening. Where this is when we recorded it, and it passed out of appropriations today. It is now moving on to the Senate floor as well now.
There were amendments that were offered. Nothing passed.
None of them taken.
Yeah.
So it's just moving on to the Senate floor. And the other thing that happened this week as well, look, it was a busy week.
It was a very busy week.
Is that Amber participated in a medical debt press conference. And look, there's a photo up on the screen right now at the press conference, and there's Amber intently listening to the speaker. But tell us a little bit about what was going on with that one.
Well, we have consistently talked about how there are multiple bills that include some form of assisting individuals with their medical debt, whether that's providing payment plans, whether that's assisting with debt in general, to try not to garnish as so many wages where an individual cannot even continue to live their regular life, which is affording their housing, their car payment, their food, etc. So just making sure that individuals who might have debt can still pay towards their responsibility, but also be able to continue to live their life. There are pieces of this across multiple bills. And unfortunately, while they were moving and switched chambers, they have now stalled.
Okay.
So we were trying to bring attention to this problem issue that Hoosiers are facing, and that now is the time to act. I feel like this is the same thing that happened last year. We got some momentum and we crashed and burned. It was just our attempt. And thank you to all of our community partners, and especially for putting it together, for inviting us to participate, to be a part of this conversation. And hopefully we did get a little bit of press out of it. I think a lot of legislators, as they were walking through, kind of had questions about what we were doing, but they realized we were talking about medical debt. So we'll see. Stay tuned for next week.
Yeah, because
next week is the
deadline.
Last week for committees to meet. So if we do not get a hearing on any of these bills, we will once again be waiting until next session to bring things back.
So hopefully we are going to see those bills pop up next week before those deadlines. So stay tuned on that one as well. I keep on saying stay tuned because it's still a lot in flux. But
honestly, I haven't had a chance. There's been a lot happening today. Some committees probably have already posted for next week, and there might be some of these bills have already gotten a hearing, or I have already gotten a hearing.
Scheduled for a hearing.
Have already been scheduled for a hearing, but I have not even had a chance to check. So that's why you keep saying stay tuned, because we're just running around with our heads cut off.
Yes.
But who is it?
This is also true. I'm sure
we don't have the market cornered on
this is what I'm just going to tell you right now. Whatever you're doing, just take a moment for yourself. You've earned it. Amber,
I'm going to do that right now.
Yeah, you can do that right now. Let's just take a second.
All right, see ya.
All right, that was good. That was a good moment.
I'm sorry, I was laughing.
Well, that was fine.
I didn't know you were going to do that right now.
Yeah, we're doing it right now.
I missed it.
There we go. You'll get it later.
I'm glad you took time, though.
I took a moment.
Great.
I took a moment. So the last thing, now we're going to take a moment in thing 4 to say, to give a little thanks and happy trails to friend of the show, Representative Ed Clere. He is not running for re-election, and so as an outgoing legislator, they take a moment to honor their colleague. And look, this is a kind of on screen right now. It's a picture of Amber with Representative Clere behind the speaker podium.
It had been a minute
on the House floor
since I had been on the House floor.
Kind of a nice little gesture for the representative to ask you to come down and grab a picture. And so, we just wanted to take a moment to say thank you to Representative Clere.
Representative Clere has been a huge advocate, just with, like it was discussed today, both with the disability population, but also vulnerable populations, including aging Hoosiers. And we are just appreciative of all of his work over the past 18 years. He was actually brought in to the legislature as a freshman when I was starting at the Indiana State Medical Association. So I think I might have been one of the first lobbyists that he interacted with, and the rest is history. So we have definitely worked together over the years on a plethora of issues, whether that back then was with ISMA or right now with AARP. But he has been just an advocate on so many levels, and also has interacted with our volunteer legislative team many times over. And he has been a guest of the show live when we went on with our coffee cart several years ago.
I think he may be the only legislator guest that has ever actually been on this show.
Well, then, see?
Which that might be his highest honor that he has received in his long, illustrious career.
I don't think that's true.
No, that's not true at all. But it is a little footnote in his bio.
Is it really?
No, but I'm going to find that Wikipedia page and I'm going to update it myself.
Okay. We've derailed. Okay, but the moral of the story is thank you, Representative Clere.
Yes.
And also, just bridging the gap on a lot of things for individuals that have needed his assistance. So we are sad to see you go, but I know that he is going to run for mayor.
Run for mayor of New Albany. So he may looking to not get out of public service. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah.
But we appreciate him and everything that he's done for a lot of folks across the state, not just in his district. So
yeah.
Thank you, Representative Clere, and happy trails. But you got 2 more weeks left to work in session, so
yeah,
I'm sure we'll be seeing you.
You're not getting rid of me that quickly.
Yes.
All right.
But that is it for today's show, Amber. Mm-hmm. That's good stuff.
I'm trying to think if we forgot anything.
Did we forget anything? I'm sure we did. You know what?
If we did, we'll come up with it next week.
But appreciate everybody that's watching this. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends, all that fun stuff. But until next time, I'm the Legislative Director talking about legislative things. We will see you then.